What's good, what is good, my sizers? We're back again with another video, and today I am so excited to tell you guys all about my experience kayaking with the OutdoorsterLV. OutdoorsterLV offers 4 different tours and regular kayaking rentals, and the cool thing about their tours is you all meet at a specific time, and they will walk you through how to put on life jackets, how to use your oars to row the actual kayak, and they teach you a lot about the safety before you even get into the kayak. The tour I was able to do was their Emerald Cave kayak tour, which is a half day and a self-drive, meaning you have to meet them there at the Willow Beach. But it is 4 hours and it is available for ages 5 and up, and their starting rate is $99. Now for this tour, a couple of things to note is you do have to find your own transportation there, and they don't recommend using Uber or any app like that because you're not guaranteed service out there. Also note that it is inside of Willow Beach, which is inside of Lake Mead National Park, and your cost for the kayak tour does not include your entrance to Lake Mead. However, Willow Beach is inside of Arizona as well. They also offer 2 different types of kayaking tours aside from their half-day self-drive tour that I took. They have an Emerald Cave kayak round trip, which is anywhere from 7 to 8 hours, and it is available for ages 5 and up, and their starting rates for that are $120. Or they have another one that is Neon Clear Kayak Night Round Trip, that is approximately 5 hours, available for those 21 and older, and their starting rates for that are around $190. Now they do also offer another tour, however it does not have anything to do with kayaks. It is called their full day tour, Death Valley National Park and Royal Lake Ghost Town, and this is approximately 10 hours. It is available for all ages, and their starting rates for this is $260. Now, if you don't want to do their tours, but you want to rent a kayak and do this yourself, they also offer kayak rentals for all ages, and their starting rates for their kayaking is $80. Whenever you're on the water, keep your life jacket on because Lake Mead can fine you $250 for not having your life jacket on. So keep that in mind. It doesn't matter if you're with a kayaking company or if you're just by yourself and it's leisure. It doesn't matter. Just always be sure to keep a life jacket on. Emerald Cave is known for having the greenest of water. Now, if you want to see it at its greenest when the sun is reflecting, then you should go for summer solstice, which is June 21st. Now, mind you, because the water is always greenest on June 21st or summer solstice, there will be a lot of kayaks and there will be a long wait, but I promise it is worth it because the water is just so much more green. The water itself is 54 degrees, give or take 5 degrees, so even though it is triple digits, you don't feel it because you're constantly getting splashed with water when you're kayaking. So now that we got all of the technical talk out of the way, let me get into our actual day of this tour, because my mom and I had an absolute blast. Our tour guide was named Zach, and I absolutely 110% recommend him because he was very funny, very informative, and you can tell he genuinely cares about the people he takes on tours. He also took the time to, before we even got into our kayaks, to learn everyone's names, and he spoke to all of us individually to get to know us. So it really felt like we were going to the Emerald Cave as a family rather than a group of strangers. It was a great bonding experience and I really enjoyed it. He also had a lot of dad jokes, and he gives out a lot of facts throughout the tour, and you could just tell by the way he speaks about the environment that we're in that he absolutely loves this job and that he genuinely enjoys what he's talking about as well. He also had snacks and water available for us, which was absolutely amazing. Another thing I want to note is that this tour is good for all levels of experience for kayaking. So whether you're a beginner and you've never touched a kayak before, or you're an expert who's kayaked all the time, because this was my mom and I's first time genuinely kayaking, and Zach made sure that we were safe, that we kept up, and that we were comfortable the whole time. And it was just a really good experience. I had a great time. I didn't really feel pressured for anything, and it never felt like I was being rushed. So it was a great experience all around. Another thing that really impressed me with OutdoorsterLV is prior to this kayaking trip, they actually were texting me all these little things of what I should expect, what I should bring, what I should wear. And it was just all these little details that I feel like would be overlooked by anyone else. And the fact that this company actually reached out to tell me about it prior so I knew what to expect was phenomenal. And the cool thing about Zach is that he actually gives out his personal number. He contacts you through his personal number. And he even says during and after the trip that if you ever need anything, to contact him and he will help you to the best of his abilities. And I really appreciated that. The trip as a whole is roughly 4.5 miles. It's about 2.2 miles to the cave and back. And on the way back, we actually got to stop at this beach area that Zach brought us to. And this is where you're able to take a break and kind of swim in the water. They also recommend you bring your swimsuits for this specific reason. And then also we took a little hike and we took photos, and Zach taught us about the plants that we were around and the landmarks that were around us, and he was very knowledgeable about it. And not only was he knowledgeable, but you could tell that he genuinely enjoyed talking about it and was passionate about it. And it was just a really cool experience to not only be kayaking, but to also get to stop and take a break and have a history lesson about this environment. Also, during this tour, Zach actually ended up having to save one of the people from our group as their kayak drifted away from the group and they didn't know how to control it. And Zach was very quick and he got there very quickly and helped him. He also ended up helping another kayak, but they were like by themselves on their own boat, and he made sure that they were okay as well. So Zach is very passionate, not only about the tours, but about everyone on the water. And I just definitely recommend him as a tour guide. Another thing I really appreciated is Zach was actually very photo aware, meaning he would always be like, oh, if you want the best photos, then we can stop here and take photos. Or for the best views, you can get this. And then while we would stop and take those photos, he would either offer to take them for us or give us a bunch of facts about where we were standing or what was around us while we were taking the photos and having a break. Also, if you're a beginner kayaker, don't worry if you get discouraged, because your tour guide will be there to encourage you all the way. Because I would get discouraged if our tour guide was too far in front of me and I just felt like I couldn't catch up. But he would notice and he would backtrack and kind of encourage us to keep going and that we're doing a good job. And so he was just a great person all around, and he really made the trip worth it. It honestly didn't even feel like a 4-hour tour. It was just a lot of fun though. And I really enjoyed it. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be able to go on this tour because my mom and I had an absolute blast. And then once we got to the cave, it felt so surreal. Like all that hard work instantly paid off because the water was so green and everything was just so beautiful. It was just honestly like a wow, I can't believe I'm here in this moment right now kind of thing. And it was just a really great experience. I definitely recommend doing this tour, especially booking through Outdoorster Las Vegas. And not only that, but I definitely 110% recommend you guys go through Zach, because he made the whole experience 1,000 times better with his jokes, with his compassion. Everything about him just made the trip so much more worth it. I 10 out of 10 recommend this. If you guys like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below if you guys have ever kayaked with OutdoorsterLV or gone to the Emerald Caves yourselves and what your guys' experiences with them was like. And be sure to smash that subscribe button down there while you're at it. Toodles!